with that, thanks everyone. And feel free to answer the question to anybody else who didn't get a chance to. I'm going to go ahead and get the presentation started so we can just kind of jump right into it. But as a bit of just kind of a context and a foundation for what we're looking at here. So when it comes to Concord, one of the things that we are working towards, I would say, just as a company and as a future kind of goal, is we want to be able to make it so that people can unlock their contract data across their whole organization, as it says right here. So there's a lot of information you may have in your contracts, things like particular clauses, particular values, just particular parties you work with, that we are hoping to use the AI to unlock and to give you direct access to in a way that is difficult for any other contract system to do. So I'd say we're almost working in reverse, I like to say, when it comes to AI, just because I know AI is used in general for a lot of content generation these days. I think that's been the big sell for a lot of people. For me, I use it a fair amount just for making sure my emails are nice and finely crafted, as many of you probably do as well. But we're looking at using it almost in reverse, as I said. So being able to basically parse and read through all of the contracts that you have in your system in order to pull really important data for you really quickly and just surface it really quickly. And that is our long-term goal, and that we're going to be continuing to work towards for the foreseeable future. Right now, today, we're going to be focusing on at least the initial iteration of that. So just to kind of explain that a bit more, what I mean by that, and just to go off of what I kind of explained earlier. So accessing data, finding documents in particular, just in general, using the AI for that as well. And just anything and everything you could use for it. Bulk uploads, so parsing your data really quickly. I know right now with our bulk upload system, you can only add tags, but we're going to look to change that really quickly so you can use the AI to add lifecycle details as well when you are getting them into the system. And just using that in every way possible we can to streamline your contract operations going forward. So with that, as far as the AI so far, I will say that we have a lot of things on the roadmap in terms of how we want to continue to improve and bolster that particular feature. The feature we have so far, as released just last Monday, I want to say, to the public and to our public customers, right now, it's a little basic, but I would say still really helpful depending on what you're looking to do. So right now in Concord, if you happen to have a plan that gives you access to the AI, you can use it by just clicking that button in the upper right-hand corner of the summary panel when you're looking at a specific document, and it will do a few things for you. It will extract party information and attach it to the summary panel so you know which specific parties are involved in that contract, which also goes hand in hand with the parties library we just released. You can find that in the automations tab in the platform if you're using it. It will add a basic description of the contract. So it will read through the contract really quickly, parse it, and give you just kind of a quick paragraph summary of what the contract actually entails for each party, which you can then save in the summary as well. And most important for our most important, I think, for customers is lifecycle details. So right now we can use it to populate lifecycle details in that section of the summary as well. So you can really quickly set up renewal notifications for the future for when you get to that particular point. So with that, as I mentioned, we're going to continue to build on that particular feature or on that particular AI setup going forward to allow it to do things like, as it mentions here, extract key terms from contracts. That's kind of the next big step that we're going to be looking to release relatively soon, especially when it comes to like financial terms and things like that. And eventually let you collect more detailed analytics from your agreements going forward. But with that, as far as the current system that we have so far, we've already seen that it saves a lot of time for our customers just in being able to put really quick information into that summary panel. I think even like 30 to 60 seconds saved each time you create a contract can be big for our customers based on how many that they go through. And it can just do things like reduce human error. It makes that data entry a lot less repetitive, and it gives a lot more consistency to your data. Right now, we're shooting for 90% accuracy for the data that is pushed into the summary by the AI feature. And we're going to continue to refine and iterate that going forward just to make it that much more useful. So those are just some of the benefits of it and some of the ways that we are continuing to help support our customers using AI. But with that, I think we're going to go ahead and let a couple of our customers show it off, since I think they know it best just from using it in the beta that we had for it. So starting off that, Mike, do you want to go ahead and take away from here and just kind of show how you use the AI feature right now?
Concord has been fabulous for me and for our organization. We have had times in the past where we had a lot of trouble keeping track of all of our contracts, all of our deadlines. And so it's been a great tool. I'd show a lot more, but obviously can't share confidential information. So I have a dummy contract that I could upload. We typically use it just primarily for the stored track. And so stored track and just dropping a file in there. And I used to have to spend lots of time on this, but I'm just lazy and just hit create documents because the AI does a great job of gathering that information for me automatically. And so it'll start as you go the I. But yeah, so it automatically pulls all the information for me. It gets the parties and the life cycle signed, effective, and what its duration is, and it's been very accurate for me and helped me to when I've checked it a lot at the beginning, but as I've gone along, I've found that it's been the life cycle information's been very, very accurate. So I've been able to rely on it more, and those dates are important for me because I rely on Concord to give me notifications of when contracts are expiring, when I want to make sure they get renewed. And so it is just made the whole process just simpler.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Mike, for talking a little bit about it. Let me go ahead and apologize. I'm juggling a couple things right now. Cool. Well, with that, I think we did want to also go ahead and we did want to have Steve do it as well. We may have a similar challenge there, actually, now that I think about it. So this is a good point to highlight, actually, just kind of going forward. So this is something that, as far as the AI, it's something that's included in all of our new plans kind of going forward. And Mike, I can kind of talk with you about after this about getting it kind of included in yours. But going forward, it's going to be included in all new plans for Concord. So some of the older plans, if someone happens to be on an older plan with the system, it's not something that would show up. But typically, we're offering a pretty minimal upgrade cost in order to get access to it for all of our customers that may need access to it and may want to use it, just as a bit of a heads up. With that, I'm thinking Ludovic, I believe Steve might be on that list as well. Am I correct in that? Who is a beta tester?
Was a beta tester and would have the same comments that Michael made, and that is that as we were using it, I always found it to be accurate. I never had a problem with the accuracy of the data. It would get the parties right. The summary description, I thought it did a really nice job in a sentence or two, summarizing that. And I checked the life cycle data that it imported as well. And once again, I never found any issues with that. There was never anything that was inaccurate.
Perfect, perfect. Good to know. And Mike, actually, if you want to double check really quick, I think we should have been able to get it turned on for your account again. Go ahead and let me know if you are seeing anything like that when you tried to pull yours up again or when you maybe refresh your Concord account. And while he is doing that, does anybody have any questions just about the AI feature as it is so far, just in the way that it does autofill data, or just in any of the features that are going to be coming in the future to support it? Anything and everything. We'll just give it like 30 to 60 seconds while Mike can do his thing, just in case there's something that has come up as a question for anybody. So feel free to drop something in the chat and I'd be happy to answer.
Yes, I'm able to confirm that it's working now.
Awesome. Okay. every time there's got to be something. I feel like it's the nature of webinars. Let's see. Going down the list, will the AI pick up PDF files if we load fully executed contracts into Concord? Will AI be able to read PDF files and fill out lifecycle information? Ooh, that is a very good one. So to my knowledge, I do not believe so. I think Ludovic can confirm that, but my understanding is that it would need to be in some kind of form that allows you to actually kind of highlight the data. I think PDF, because it turns the document into a static image, makes that difficult. Ludovic, can you confirm that?
I was going to say that it does, because that's all I upload is PDFs.
Oh, okay, my
Yeah,
mistake.
I don't know if Ludwig's got a different answer, but I only upload PDFs, and it always picks up all the data for me in PDF form.
Yeah, I confirm as well. If you upload a PDF directly signed, the AI will be automatically triggered, and you will have the data autofill directly.
Yeah. So I'll go and click on the extract all data. But yeah, I always am uploading fully signed PDFs that are generally signed external to Concord. I have a few people signed for Concord, but most of them are signed in other ways. And so I'm always uploading PDFs, and it does a great job of extracting the data from PDFs.
Awesome. Well, that's good to know.
And this is also an example that you can use it for past contracts as well, because this one is already uploaded. So it automatically does it when you upload new ones, but for past ones, if you go in and extract or click refresh autofill data, it will go and collect that data for you as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it's giving me it's past the due date because this is an old document you guys gave me as a sample, but yeah, it gives you those things as well. So you're able to go in after it does it, and you could check and confirm if you want to add anything afterwards. You can confirm that as well.
Yeah, I will say that is partly by design, just so that we can show off that if this is in fact an old document, it will let you know and will give you accurate details on that. I know it's important for some of our people. And yeah, as he had mentioned, Jeff, your question, can it fill past signed contracts or just new contracts? It works on all of them. So anytime you're looking at a contract, if you have the AI feature turned on, you will see that button in the summary, and you can go ahead and use it. And it looks like Candice Mantel mentions having trouble with sound. I've left and rejoined, but it sounds like the connection keeps going in and out. That may be a personal connection issue unless somebody else is having any issues. I'm not aware of any, but if anybody is, please feel free to let us know. And yeah, okay. And Vicky asked a similar question that we answered live as far as signed PDFs. Okay, awesome. Actually, while we are at it, Steve, I think we should have verified that you have it turned on as well. So Mike, if you want to go ahead, and Steve, you want to share your screen and show us kind of how you use it now? There we go. Perfect. Yep. Okay, so we do have it. Cool. All right. Well, if you want to go ahead, I guess, and that was a really good explanation of kind of how you're using it. That's been really great. You want to go ahead and click it just to kind of show it going off on yours as well?
Okay. All right.
And it looks like we got another question. Most of my contracts have a 1-year renewal auto or optional term. Would it pick that up? So my understanding is that yes, it would pick that up, and it would fill in the life cycle details accordingly. I believe it would set that for just kind of an auto renewal at the end of the cycle, and it would put details in the life cycle area to indicate that. That is something you can indicate normally when it comes to the life cycle settings. So anything you can do now, you can still do with the AI. It would just do that automatically for you, is my understanding. And it looks like it threw some more details, pretty similar to the ones you already have, just because it was using AI already. But that's great. That's great. Any other questions anybody has just about the AI or about using the AI? Feel free to just kind of drop them in the chat so we can answer. And while people are kind of throwing some stuff in there, thank you very much, Michael and Steve, and for your patience while we kind of work through this to make sure you guys had access to the things you needed to and being able to present and everything. I am going to go ahead and see if I can, let's see. Steve, can you see a way to stop sharing your video so I can?
Yep.
Okay, and Alicia asked, what do we need to do to get the AI feature on our summary panel? Yeah, and good question. So just to kind of reiterate, so right now AI is something that is being offered in all of our plans going forward. So you would just need to talk to your customer success manager, which is a good point to just kind of finish off our particular kind of presentation. The final point I was going to make was just to talk to your CSM about upgrading to one of our new plans, which include AI and is going to include all AI features going forward. So right now, as I said, this is primarily what the AI does in terms of just kind of providing those basic details like lifecycle, parties, and summaries. But we're going to continue to build on it. It is the primary focus for our company as far as just product development for the foreseeable future. So we're going to expand on that really fast and add some really powerful features, especially in these next coming quarters. So just I'd say reach out to your CSM. If that's me, feel free to send me an email. But if it's Blake or Vanessa, they can help with that as well. Just let us know if it's of interest, and we can look at just getting a quote for getting you access to that feature. Cool. And yeah, thanks for dropping that in the chat. One of my colleagues just dropped a meeting link in there for people who want to go ahead and set some time to discuss with their CSM. So you can access that at any time. And let me double check. I think someone just dropped something in the questions area. Let me double check and make sure that I have access to that. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Is it just the parties, description, and lifecycle areas that will auto-populate with the AI feature, or are there other areas that utilize AI? Yeah, great question. So something we had noted earlier, but just to make it more clear, yes, so it's those three specifically right now. But going forward into the future, we will add much more functionality to that. So like I said, there's the properties that we just recently added to the summary area. I think eventually we're gonna move in that direction, but I think most immediately are things like financial terms and important key terms on the document that may be of special interest. We want the AI to be able to surface those, and that's going to be coming sometime soon. And following that is going to be the suggestion of tags, things like that, the ability to bulk upload, all things that are coming in the future. Right now, just those three that you noted, but with more changes to come very soon. So I'd say keep an eye on that space, Jessica, and we can continue to keep you informed. And that's going to be it for our presentation, unless anybody else has any questions. Yeah, of course, Jessica. Yeah, but with that, thanks everyone for attending today, and thanks for kind of your patience while we got everything kind of squared away so you could show you what we have to offer. And yeah, feel free to email us with any questions, set some time on the calendar using that link that was shared in the chat to kind of chat with one of our CSMs or our salespeople about upgrading. And we look forward to talking with you guys and seeing how you use the AI going forward. So thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.